Hi, my name is Gael Adrian Ramírez, and today I'm going to talk to you about climate change and how it affects aquatic ecosystems. The 71% of our planet is covered out of water, and we, the humans, live on the remaining 29%, which is just a minimum part. And the interesting part is that we think that we have a lot of water, That is because since we were children, they taught us that the Earth's surface has a lot of it, and that is the truth. But the thing is that it is just the surface. It is just a thin layer of water covering all the huge amount of mass that is the Earth. If we combine the salt water with the fresh water, counting the one that is in the Earth and in the glaciers, we will get a volume of 1,386 million cubic kilometers. That is the 0.02% of all the planet, represented with this blue ball here. And from that 0.02%, the 0.7% is fresh water, represented with this small ball. I find a little surprising that we have just discovered the 5% of the ocean. And I think that it is like if we don't care about what's on our planet. And I want to question you. Would you imagine a desert planet, walking and not finding a single drop of water in kilometers? Close your eyes and tell me, how does the Earth looks? A lot of movies had shown us similar scenarios. What if I told you that this may be possible? It has happened in rivers and lakes. Would it be less real if I said that the ocean may be the next? In this speech, I'm going to talk about warmer SSTs, sea surface temperatures, what are their causes and their consequences. I hope I can make you see what's really happening on the ocean, and I want these facts to have an impact on you. So let's start with the main topic, higher sea surface temperatures. Oceans play a very important role in regulating the Earth's climate and weather, and the ocean and the atmosphere have been exchanging heat since the beginning of their existence, as if they were hugging. But now, the ocean has been absorbing too much heat that is trapped at the atmosphere. Greenhouse gases are being released in the atmosphere, in the ocean, because the atmosphere doesn't want them. Higher sea surface temperatures mean exactly what it says, the warming of the ocean. The primary cause of the rising sea surface temperatures is climate warming due to excessive amounts of greenhouse gases being released into the atmosphere. And this heat raises the temperature of the sea surface. Water expands as it warms, and the increased volumes causes sea levels to rise. Higher sea surface temperatures melt glaciers and ice caps, and continental ice caps, adding water to the ocean. Imagine how many animals had lost or are losing their home by this moment. According to the IPCC, or the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, global sea surface temperatures are expected to rise by 0.4 to 1.1 degrees Celsius by 2025. Since the oceans continually interact with the atmosphere through the water cycle, and increasing the average global sea surface temperatures will have an impact on climate and weather systems. Higher temperatures increase the amount of water vapor, contributing to droughts in some areas and to heavier rains. Also, and this is a common question, how much heat has the ocean absorbed? Well, the IPCC revealed that the ocean has absorbed the 93% of greenhouse gas emissions released since the 1970s. And a lot of studies, such as Hoyos study from 2006, prove that higher SSTs in tropical zones increase hurricanes and cyclones intensity. This change will imply an even larger percentage increase in the destructive potential per storm. The large increases in tropical Atlantic SSTs projected for the late 21st century will imply very substantial increases in hurricane destructive potential, roughly 300% increase in the PDI by 2100. Here you can watch an image of how since 1880 the temperatures have risen. The sea temperatures have been consistently higher during the past 3 decades than in any other time. As you see, there have been small changes, but these small changes have produced big problems. And from all the consequences that warmer SSTs have produced, I think that the oxygenation is the worst of all of them. The motto of the American Lung Association says, "If you can't breathe, nothing else matters." Over the past 50 years, global dissolved oxygen has decreased by 2%, and scientific data indicate that this trend is set to continue. And I'm not joking, even the smallest fall in oxygen levels can create significant issues. Oxygen is declining in the open ocean and coastal waters because of increasing global temperatures and excess nutrients. This loss of oxygen compounds problems from ocean warming and acidification, threatening marine life and fisheries around the world, according to a new report made by the IUCN. Runoff from rivers bring excessive nutrients like phosphorus, resulting in severe oxygen depletion and animal deaths. An example of this is the Baltic Sea, where oxygen depletion near the seabed has caused a lot of dead zones. According to the IUCN, oxygen levels are expected to fall on average by 3 to 4% by 2100, and much of the oxygen loss is concentrated in the upper 1000 meters, where most of the species live. These slight reductions can induce oxygen stress, depriving species from an adequate oxygen supply. Ocean ecosystems are losing oxygen because of two main causes. The first one has to do with ocean warming, as I already said, and the second one has to do with the excessive growth of algae, as a result of the increases of temperature combined with the process known as eutrophication, that makes the nutrient-rich coastal areas smaller. In 2011, there were around 700 sites worldwide affected by low oxygen conditions, and the volume of areas depleted of oxygen has quadrupled since the 1960s. Here you can watch an image of how the process of eutrophication works, and here you can watch an image of how the process of the oxygenation works. We can watch that the ocean warming reduces the solubility of the oxygen and how the hot water can't combine with the cold water. Now you see why this is important. According to the IUCN, the ocean represents the 97% of the physical habitable space on the planet and is central to sustaining life on Earth. If we lose just a part of this whole, all the other sides will be lost because each side complements each other. For ending my speech, I want to say that the ocean can save our lives, but higher SSTs and the oxygenation is finishing it. The planet is our home, and the ocean is not getting as much importance as it should have. We are one with our planet, but he still doesn't need us for continuing his existence. As Bill Clinton said, we know that we are protecting our future when we protect our ocean. So, do you want to protect your future? That's all. I hope you found this information useful and that you liked it. And remember the importance of maintaining our oceans alive. Goodbye.